All right. Now, this is the main part that I want to show you about adding a new product to post. All right. Posts are basically for the products. Pages are for the different sections. And you can just mouse over post and then say add new, or if you hit posts, you'll have an option to add a new one. What you'll see here is a full set of posts right now. I do have a test draft one out there. That's one that I created when I actually developed that document for you, and I just saved it as a draft and not made it live. But if you add a new post, this is how this works. It'll give you this screen here, and it talks about a block editor, and you just X that out because you don't need to see that. Now you add a title. Product title, okay, whatever it is, okay? And you follow the same kind of naming convention. I don't know if it was like Champion Homes Model 564, you know, whatever you want to call it, just so that you have an idea of what you're doing with the name of it. Then going over here under categories, you want to take and select what
locations, okay,
area it is. Now, if it's not listed, then you can create a new category, or, okay, we want to take and put this as new homes. Okay, so it's in two places. What that does is it will take and help that post to show up on the two different pages on the website. Okay, so once I'm done with that, then we go over to the featured image. This way, on the pages, there'll be an image of that particular manufactured home that you want to take and share. So like this, I click on the image, set as feature image. So it just gives a little thumbnail what it is. Then you click use Divi Builder. Come on. Okay, it's still spinning on my end. Okay, so this screen pops up and you say, well, what do I want to do? Well, as I said, you want to take and do a pre-made layout. And because I've actually created one. Oh, come on.
okay,
All right, so it says load from library. So it gives pre-made layouts. Now there's 202 layout packs that Divi provides. And one of them was the theme that I actually used for your base website and modified it from there. But what we want is to actually hit your saved layouts. Okay. Product post template. That's what I called it. Now, existing pages, if you want to take and duplicate a page, you can do that. If you're creating a new page, like you have a new manufacturer, you just duplicate a page and you modify that page to the new artwork and manufacturer's information. But on the post, you click on the saved layout. This is one of the things I tried to make it easy for you to create new product areas, because the other way, the old site was so convoluted that, I mean, I even had trouble trying to figure out how to do it. And if I have trouble, well, I can imagine what you're going through. Now you can see the title of the post. I called the product title, and it's still product title. That's up here automatically. Then you've got different things. Now, as I said in my Divi Basics theme, you can see there's three elements here. There's a blue, that's called a section, okay? Then there's a teal color, that's called a row. And then there's sort of a, dark grayish section, that's a module, all right? So there's two modules in this row. As you can see, there's one, which is this home gallery, and then there's this, which is a photo gallery. So what I said is that you need to take and click on the gear, which is the module settings, and then you can take and change this. Okay. And then you have to save your changes. And you can see I made that update right there. Now you can also take and just double click in. That isn't what I wanted to do. Oh, that's interesting. Double clicking actually did that too on here. Because a lot of times when you double click in an area, you can edit right live on the page. But I usually like going through the dialog boxes with the gear icon. So like here, this is the module settings, and you can see now, oh, why is it coming up with the text? I don't want that one. I want this one. Okay, so this is a gallery. All right, now you want to add the gallery images. So the images for this home, you can select multiple images. Okay, and then hit select, and then they load them. Now 4 images will show up on here because that's what I've actually set up. But if you want, let's say, oh, I should probably include, let me take and do that. The base home, got to remember to put the base in there. But you can see it's not, let's say, in the right order. Because you see the interior ones, and you really want this one up here. So you click and drag it up into the first position, and it'll reorder the photos in the gallery. Likewise.
So what if the pictures weren't on in your gallery? How do you upload them?
Yeah. Okay. So if you go like this and they're not in there, upload files.
Okay. Because before you had to go and upload them in a different place, right?
Right. Okay. So here you select the files. And let me see. I gotta go. Where did you go? That's interesting. Should be right after this. I'm not seeing your folder here. I wonder what happened. Okay, so let me go to a site that I know I've got some pictures in. Okay, I'll just go to Grow Media. And I did some photos. So you can actually control click, so you can click multiple pictures.
Okay.
And you open them up and it'll add them. Now I'm unselecting these that I've already selected once. And again, see what happens is I'm uploading the 3 photos, there are check marks by them. So if I actually take and hit select, it'll upload those 3 photos into the gallery. Okay. Well, let me do that. Even though they're not related to your business. Because I want to show you how to get rid of them. Okay. So just mouse over it and you'll see a trash can.
Okay.
That's how easy it is. All right. Now, since there's more than 4 pictures, after you click on the Save Changes, you'll see it says 1, 2, and next. Okay. So it's automatically putting in what they call the pagination so that people know there's more than just 4 photos.
Okay.
Now, when you go and do the next step, it's to take and go down here, and you can see I've created a new row because now we've got a new thing here. Up here, it's like 1 column for a row, and here we've got 2 columns. And that's controlled through the column structure on rows. That's the only place that shows up. And you can see what we've got here is a wider section off on the left with a little narrower section on the right for the brochures or the virtual tour. Now you can manipulate this. Let's say you want to take and make it a 3 column. So now we got 3 column, and See, when you get to the crosshairs, you can click on a crosshair and move the module over here. So let's say you
Okay.
wanted 3 columns. You can do that on a post. You're not changing the template. You're just changing it on this particular post. So you can take and go in here and then go in and change the features, adding, whatever. Usually I'll take and copy the text and paste it in there as plain text and then manipulate it and make sure the bullets are showing up. So, and if you want to put in longer copy, a couple of sentences, you can do that too. That's
Okay.
what this section's all about. So here's the download brochure section. So if you want to take and add a brochure, I usually say delete that, go to add media, and it'll take you back to the library, and you find the PDF for that particular product, and you put it in. Now, this says Miller 24 by 64, 1998, 349. I mean, it's like, really? That doesn't make a lot of sense. So one of the things that I say is that with the cursor blinking the way it is, click on the Insert Edit Link button. And that way you can go here.
Okay.
And do something like that, whatever
Okay.
makes sense. All right. And PDFs open up automatically in a new tab automatically. But if it was like a link going to something off site, in other words, you were taking them to a manufactured site, then you would want to click this and select new window, because that way you don't close your window when somebody goes off your website. Just makes it easier to find the
Okay.
pages.
Yep.
So, and then click that, and voila, we've got that. Now people can actually click on that. Now here, this was a topic I put in there, virtual tour for if you're going to add a video. Now you can add a link to a website, usually another video that way if it's just going to be a link. But if you want to put a preview, it's a little different. You delete this and you save this. Then you go over here and you hit add a new module. And this is where you're inserting new modules. And these were the things about modules. You got all these different things. You want to put a button in there. You want to put the blog, accordion. I mean, you could play around with these, but they're different functionality. Contact form. Okay, so this would be a contact form. Or you can add from the library. That's another topic, but I didn't do much there. But here's video. So if you want to take and put a video in. So what it does is it defaults, it puts in, it shows this is a default video. Well, I'm going to take and click add a new tab, and I'm going to go to the YouTube channels. And I see Clayton Holmes. Okay, so if you want to take and add this particular video, you click on the video. I'm going to pause this. Then you go to share. And what you need is this link here. So you copy that link. Then you go back to your tab and you say, I want to get rid of this and I want to add a new video. And it says it goes to the media library to take and pull up videos. Well, there's no videos on there. One, you generally do not want to load your videos in your own web server, space reasons, as well as speed of delivery. It's better to take an insert from URL, and that's where you would take them, type this in, and you see the preview, and you go like that. Now, this is going to add a sad face to it, but you can see on the preview on the right that the file is there. Once you're all done, you would hit publish. Okay. Now, like I said, if you made a change and you didn't hit that publish, for example, if you didn't see the save button, you go, well, how do I save this? I'm going to take and just do a real quick change on this thing. Okay. And you say, okay, well, I want to exit Visual Builder. Oh, you have unsaved changes. Do you want to save that and exit or not? There's, well, yeah, of course I want to save it. I don't want to lose my work. Okay. So then it takes this out of the edit mode. So now this is the live view. So if I want to see what that looks like, click on there. There's the picture.
So is that published on the website right now?
Yes, it is live.
Okay.
We will take it off.
No, yeah. I just didn't know how you would check to see if it was actually.
So I just want, so this is live. And then of course, if you want to X this out, the gallery, so you can look at the gallery and you can see, you know, if you click on the document, it opens it up in a new tab. There's the PDF for that. That didn't open up in a new tab. It should have. Oh, well. You know, maybe you want to do that from then on. Okay, so now if we went to homes for sale, because I think we selected new homes as a category, you scroll down. Oh, not there. Where was that? Would be under Omaha Display Center. That was a separate category.
Or the classrooms.
Under Building Estates, I don't think so. Maybe I don't have that category included on anything. New homes, okay. So that was as a Redmond home, so it should be here. Oh, maybe I didn't click. Which one did I use? Clayton? That will change. Well, that's very interesting. Why is that post not showing up? Let me go here to the dashboard. Go to posts. Oh, it's set up as a draft. Huh. I thought I published that. Quick
I thought you did too.
Going to publish. Okay, now. I'll load the website. And sometimes I do this where I have a picture of the a tab for the website one side. Homes for sale. Oh, actually, there it is, product title. That's the test one that we just put in. Okay, so now, is there something here? Just those. Let's go here. No, must be under Redmond. Product title. There it is. That's the test post that I put out. See, it automatically went out there onto the page for the manufacturer. Is it in the Omaha Display Center? I don't think so, because that's a separate category.
Yeah, it's under there.
Oh, it is. Okay, let me show you why that showed up there. Okay, I'm going to enable the Visual Builder. So if you go to a page, you can enable the Visual Builder. And this is how you actually edit a page. So you can actually see it versus the way it had been in the past and how I learned how to use. I don't know why this says that. Okay. Just to show you how I learned how to use Divi and create it. And sometimes I do this. I actually still go back into this to do some section and work on it. As you can see, these are the sections, rows, and text, and then you actually go in and edit the different modules this way. So it's not as intuitive. You don't get to see what's going on, but sometimes I still use this method because that's how I was trained. But anyhow, going down here to this section, which is our module, it is a blog, okay? The blog settings. And these are the categories that are included. Clayton Homes, Redmond Homes. You can actually change commercial and new homes, Omaha Display Center. So there's different categories that you can actually include. And since this is the Omaha Display Center, I may want to include that as a category. So if you create a new product post and you have any one of those or multiples, it's going to automatically show up on this page.
Okay.
Now, one of the things I was talking about is how you can take and change the views here. And you can see this is a tablet view of this page. And this is a smartphone view of this page. And it's set up as 400 pixels wide. But if you know the phone is less, maybe you want to take and change that. I don't think that's going to make any difference here. But you can see that it changes the view, and basically it's supposed to automatically be responsive to the size of the screen. But there are times when you say, well, this doesn't really look right. How can I take and change that? Well, maybe you have to put a space in there and then looks like this. Maybe that looks better.
Mm.
Okay, so there's different things that you can do in these previews. Most screens are like 400, but like I said, when you take and work in the different on different devices. I mean, I had a client this week that we had to reduce the menu size font on the mobile view because the person that was looking at their website was using an iPhone 5, which is a small screen, versus, let's say, a Samsung S20, which is a large screen. The large screen, they could see all the menu items. On the iPhone, they could only see 5 of the 7 items. So when they were calling, so, well, you need to take and fill out our new patient document forms. Well, where are they? Well, look on the menu. I don't see it. It's because the fonts were too big for that particular phone. It was weird, how we found that out, and we did a little modification in the back end so that it would actually work. All right. So, like, does this look good in terms of how I move the Omaha Display Center down below the picture? Because you had said you didn't want it on the picture.
No, I didn't want that picture on the Omaha Display Center at all, but I think
Well, we need new
actually
pictures. Okay.
Yeah.
That I agree. And how to change that? Okay, you're in the edit mode. We're in a section. It is a section picture because it goes all the way across. So you click on it and going, well, that didn't help. But it's in the background. Well, I still don't see it. But it's a photo. There it is.
Okay.
Then you can take and delete it and add a new background image. The thing is, though, you need to have a background image that is long enough, okay, 1920 pixels long, and something that may not be too big, okay? So if I take and grab this image, for example, I can see over here it says 582 by 450 pixels. That's not going to look too hot. Here's a display center that's 611 by 450. Again, it shouldn't look too good because the resolution is too low, but if I put it in, how does it look? It doesn't look too bad. If I take and change parallax, I don't like the parallax view on your website. As you can see what happens. Let me take and just, now this is not live. Anytime you're working on the site before you hit exit visual builder, it doesn't change. So you can see when I'm scrolling, it changes a little bit of the view of the picture in the back end. Again, I don't particularly care for the parallax view, so I'm going to go back to background and picture and get rid of the parallax view. So putting a picture in there, you have to sort of figure out what is actually going to look good and move it around. I think you could actually click and drag this. Let's see. No, that's only going to be spacing. So that only puts a space in between the header down below the headline. I don't know if that was the image. No, it wasn't. That wasn't the image I had originally used. There's another one that I sliced and diced a little bit. Here it is. I believe that's the one that I used. Anyhow, I'm going to actually exit this and I'm not going to save my changes. So that's another way to play around with something and not publish, by accident any changes.
Okay, so how do I, because the Omaha Display Center, I just want homes that we have there. So how do I?
Down here?
I don't want homes that we can order. Those would be the homes for sale. The Omaha Display Center, I would just want homes that so everything in like Redmond homes, I don't want.
Well, okay, here, like when I said you create a new post, let's go back to posts. And I'm just going to go into quick edit because I'm going to show you, because right here are the categories. And we don't want new homes. Okay, and we may want to have the manufacturer, so it shows up in the manufacturer's page, but you also want it on the Omaha Display Center page. So you'd click that. So the categories you select is where would show up on the various pages. So let's go back here, enable the visual builder. And now I'm going to go down. Come on. What happened? Screen just, come on, don't do this. Is it flashing on your end?
Yes.
Zoom issue.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, so I'm in the visual builder. Now I want to go to the module. And I'm going to take off Clayton and Redmond. And now only the category that I am showing is the Omaha Display Center.
Okay.
So the posts that will show up are only those that are tagged Omaha Display Center.
Okay.
So I'm going to save that, and then I'm going to exit. Now, obviously, these two homes that we have on there right now, Montana and and the Warren, those are homes that you order. You don't have those readily available.
We have the Montana, the Warren we just sold. So yeah.
Okay, so we're going to go over here, and I'm actually going to trash this post. No point in keeping it any longer.
So if you trash it, it automatically removes it off of everything.
Yep. It's gone. Okay, so what do we say here? Okay, we'll refresh the page. So the Warren by Redmond goes. So Warren by
But we
Redmond.
want to keep that one as a,
Yes, and that's where you go into quick edit. And I'm going to take, well, I'm going to leave new homes on there, but I'm going to take and remove it from the Omaha Display Center.
Okay.
Now, if I hit update, it's still there. No, you just refresh the page and it should go. There it's gone.
okay. That's way easier than before.
Yeah, and with use, it'll get a lot easier as you're using it. Okay, I'm going to go into Redmond Homes here because I want to, that's not Redmond, it was the other one, Clayton. We had this black text here against a blue. And again, the quality of the image is why it's fuzzy, is because it was too small. I didn't have a
Right.
larger, higher resolution.
Yeah, I'll replace that image.
Yeah, so here we are in the module settings, and well, I'm not going to take and make any changes here. This is where I go into the design and the heading text, and I'm going to make it white just to show
Can
you.
you move the text down or up?
Yeah, we can do that depending upon the, the image, I guess is what you're talking about. All right, and I'm going to scroll down here, and I think I've used this as a shadow. And the text color that I've put in the past is I've used a gray. Oh, that's the shadow color. Dang it. With the heading text color. There. Ah, it's transparent. I didn't want that. I want this. I think I used a sort of a gray, a little light gray, so I give it some contrast. Because if you have, let's say, a true white image behind there, it makes it a little hard to see. But padding wise, let's see here.
Okay.
You see how I just clicked on it and I just sort of moved it and I added 84 pixels of padding and I just moved it down. So, I mean, there's ways you can sort of manipulate that.
Yeah.
Real easy on the screen. The other way to do that is when you're in the dialog box, you'd have to go into the design area and it's under spacing and it's padding. Okay. And if you ever want to restore it back to normal, you just hit return to the default. So there's a lot of ways to take and work with this theme and manipulate, how it looks to the end user. Now, like I did, I took the Clayton homes and I put their, sort of little promo video on your site because I thought, hey, the people like video. They do like watching video. So, and if you think, well, we really want to have this video up on top, we just click the crosshairs and drag it, put the video on top of the logo. That actually looks a little better, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What else should I show you? This is actually from the library. We really don't want to get there. This is saved to library. So you could actually save the layout to the library. And when I say that, okay, you could say, okay, page layout. Okay.
Okay. So like if I had another builder and I wanted to use this layout for
That's, and you can create a category out of it. So you can save it as to the library. The other way of doing this, I'm going to save this.